Hello, friends and family and enemies. My name's Scott Bairstow, and I'm hanging out here with John DeCarly, Cheryl Dubuque, and they're asking me some questions that you will see on camera. So I hope you enjoy them, and thanks.
A lot of your roles are physically demanding. Did you have a lot of athletics growing up?
Well, I was always a pretty hyperactive kid. I took gymnastics and I was involved in sports in school. But I sort of gave that all up to become an actor, so.
Scott, your fans want to know, how much time did you really have to prepare for the role of Newt Call?
Well, I think from the time that I put myself on tape in the audition to the time that I actually started working on the show was probably about 2 weeks. So I didn't really have much time to prepare, but not much preparation was needed to play Call, you know.
Another Lonesome Dove question. You were going to direct some episodes of the third season. Did you get to see any of those scripts?
I saw no scripts from the third season. I did direct a little bit of second unit in the second season. Just little, a couple little scenes here and there.
Were you aware that Suzanne DePass had 6 more scripts ready to go for season 3?
No, I wasn't aware of that at the time.
A couple of films that you did, like Black Circle Boys and Delivered, they were shot in Seattle. One's a very intense film, the other's very comedic. Do you have anything that you can share about those experiences and especially the differences?
Well, the intense one being Black Circle Boys. I can remember, I think, a scene that we were doing in a nightclub with a raunchy satanic band on stage, and they're just, and Lisa Loeb, and that there was like a fight that actually broke out between like guys that were there rocking hard. Our extras were actually pulled, right from the hardcore scene, and they were pretty hardcore. Delivered was fun for me because it was my first opportunity to do something that I could kind of be funny in. I don't know if I was funny or not, but I had the opportunity to be funny. I worked with David Strickland on that show, and it was one of the last things he did. So, and that's not funny at all.
No, God rest his soul.
But I had a lot of fun being a a tie-dyed deadhead.
Tell me about your experiences on Harsh Realm.
Harsh Realm. The one that got away. That was probably the most fun I had doing any show. I mean, got to play with guns, and I'm not a gun guy, but that was fun. Got to drive Humvees, got to run around in the GVRD, which is the Greater Vancouver Reservoir District, which is an amazing place. The rain kind of sucked, but the people we were working with made it awesome. Right, all the way from our producers right down to our extras that we had working, and everybody gave their all. Everybody gave 100% on that show, and it's a sad fact that we didn't get picked up for a full season.
Scott, they want to know, since you did Touched by an Angel and you played God on Touched by an Angel, how do you even begin to prepare for a role that's that intense like that?
Yeah, that was a hard one. A lot of people think that acting is about lying, and if you're a good actor, you're a good liar. The way I approach it is from a place of truth, and playing God, everything that had to come out of my mouth had to be truth. And so it actually came quite easy for me in terms of the way I approach the work and approach a character. But I definitely had to, when delivering God lines, I had to make sure that they were really true and right from my heart, because we're all created in God's image. Made it easy for me to play.
What can you tell us about your next CD?
Well, I can tell you that it's going to be better than the first one. I think it's going to be a little happier, a little more uplifting. But with every song I write, it comes from me, from something I've gone through or something I'm going through, and so as in everyone's life, you experience joys and you experience pains, and I guess this next CD is going to be sort of. It's really hard. I'm just trying to think of all the different songs that are going to be on it. We recorded one today, which you'll be able to hear pretty soon. That turned out pretty good. I think it's going to be a little more livelier, a little more edgier, and I think that the songs are better and catchier.
Hey Scott, one more question for you. They want to know what gives you the most satisfaction as a performer.
Good question. Well, just being able to have an outlet, a creative outlet for me, is satisfying. I think that I would be a misfit, even more than I already am, if I didn't have a creative outlet like music or acting. It's funny. The most satisfaction I think I get from performing is actually getting the part.
The audition process?
Yeah, probably the audition process and getting the part. It's sort of like, I don't know, it's the competitor in me. It's all satisfying from A to Z.
How much do you watch yourself on the final product, or do you try to move on to the next?
No, I like to watch myself. I can learn from watching myself. So I do it.
And what you've seen.
And listen to myself and hear the music and da da da.
So out of all the acting jobs you've done, is there any particular things that you're especially proud of then, in going back and watching yourself and saying, wow, I'm surprised that I pulled that off?
Well, what I find is when I go back and, let's say, I'm flipping through the channels and I see something come on that I did, it's almost like I'm watching it for the first time, because I guess I'm in such a zone when I'm doing the work that I don't really. It's neat to be able to watch it as someone who's
Viewing from the outside.
right, like I have an objective look at it, and it's neat. I see the character. I don't see me, and I don't remember anything that I did during it, and it's kind of a neat feeling. All right, so that's done. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. Thanks again for everything and all your support. And I hope you enjoy the next year. I'm out of here.